Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to a Friday edition of NFT Live of the Web3 Network. We're going to take you around the world, the universe that is Web3 and crypto in just under an hour or
4
over
hours.
an hour. Yeah, 4 hours. There you go. Thanks. We're blasting off today. I see some comments asking about Blast. That's going to be a huge topic of convo. Also, Timbo Fett is saying I watched Dune 2. Same. IMAX, baby.
Can we talk about that?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, was it the hype?
Yeah. Who did you wake up and watch Dune this morning?
I watched Dune last night. I'm trying to plan to watch it tonight. I get obsessed with dude. I watched the Zack Snyder Justice League movie probably 50 plus times at this point.
Yeah,
I have like this
that's
little
that's a weird
personality.
that's a weirder choice.
Yeah, it's just what I do.
I'm an open book, Huda. What would you like to ask about Dune 2?
Is it everything people say it is?
Yes.
Is it better than the first? Yeah, just all that stuff. Did you love it?
I loved it. It was 10 out of 10 for me. I saw it in IMAX. The sound and audio around the movie, like the scoring, is fantastic. So definitely seeing it in IMAX. The only detraction I could ever see with that movie, which you're not going to have a problem with based on what you've been telling me, is like if you go there and you don't want to go see a heavy movie, you're going to be like, holy shit, this is a lot. You know what I mean? Because the storyline's deep. It's a heavy kind of tone, because it's a darker theme. The Dune is just a darker theme movie, and that's the only detraction. Other than that, the casting's great. The storyline, I mean, it's just I've been waiting for it for a full 2 years.
So don't go there for a lighthearted romp of a rom-com experience.
I mean, the
Just
first
dig
one
in.
took me
Go see
like
Just Friends.
Yeah, I mean, the first one took me like 3 watches to like catch like important stuff, and then with subtitles on to really catch stuff. And about the music, dude, one of the coolest parts in the first one is, like with that tooth that he bites into and it like releases poison. That music where it's like that scream, like that is the magic of that movie, is the audio. It's so good, man. Like, geez.
It like says something without saying anything. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
I would say better. I would say better than the first. So you're gonna enjoy it.
Good scoring and sound design is just as important as the visuals to make it really all come together and come to life.
You guys want to do a Dune live show?
Oh shit, that would be amazing.
We'll get into it.
We fucking should. I mean,
Let's talk on NFTs in Web3, at least for now, at least the next hour. We do have a breaking piece of news that is local, but before we do that, Huda, DP, Gifted, let's go around the quad box. What have you guys been up to? How are you doing in this now bull market?
What have I been doing? So a lot of work behind the scenes, like very little degenning. Like I had told you guys here, I missed the boat with Blast. I still am looking to get into that for sure. I've been watching the Ordinal space because I think that's, other than Blast, the most important thing to be looking at right now. But really right now for us is crunch time at CryptoSlam. It's like heads down and getting ready to release some cool shit. And so I've been pretty distracted from the market. I wish I was in it more, but that just kind of comes with the territory. So busy time, but like exceptionally fun time right now. I'm loving it.
DP.
Hey man, I've been taking heed to what's been going on. I have not been inside of Blast, but I've been watching actively from the sidelines. Like I said earlier, I got a little bit of analysis paralysis, man. There was just so much going on. It's like, yo, I don't know what the hell is going on. Let me just sit back and just observe for a second. Outside of that, been still diving into like some cool pickups on the Say network, while things are kind of like stagnant over there right now. Just increasing my bag over there and diving into a few conviction plays that I have.
Let's go. Conviction plays. You like this on the Say network or outside of it?
Outside of the Say network.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of keep them close to chest right now because they are a little on the riskier side, but I feel good about them.
Oh, you're not going to tell us live. Okay. I guess I'll be okay with that.
they're so risky.
Well, you all know
Can't
one
even
for,
say it.
one for
Yeah, to
certain that I
us.
don't mind mentioning. One that I don't mind mentioning for certain, which everybody knows, is Reach. Like, I love Reach. We love Reach on this channel, and I see that they are really, if you haven't been paying attention, man, the partnerships and the stuff they've been rolling out, they're on a roll, man. They're getting a lot of recognition throughout the space right now.
Those posts that you guys utilize Reach on are absolutely unbelievable. You're getting like ridiculous engagement on those.
Dude, we don't have to go all the way down that rabbit hole, but I've been saying it's a great team. good product, and they have the built-in marketing. We've been talking a lot lately about how like a lot of times, because we live in an attention economy, it's not the best tech. You don't even need a product if you can aggregate the attention. That sometimes is enough. But they kind of have the full picture. It's obviously like a smaller startup, but I really think they kind of have a full package there. So anyway, look. Just remember, you can't do everything. I'm getting that sense right now, as a lot of people are already getting that sort of like, holy shit, there's too much going on. That's a big part of the reason why we're here every day doing these shows and why the Web3 Network exists. It's to try and help to make sense of all the craziness, the noise, but don't feel bad. If you got to sit something out, or you can't make everything, or you're like Huda and you got to take a break to go cook. You know, sometimes you got to cook, and that's ultimately how you create a lot of value. It's not just by like trading all the time. You got to actually make things. You got to build things sometimes. So it's all healthy. It's all good. I myself have been finger blasting. I've been blast pepeing. I've been blast enewing. I've been big puppet. Or
you gotta have some type of disclaimer first. That's a token, by the way.
Business.
What he just said.
I've been all over the place. I did want to say also though, what DP is saying about sort of looking at Say right now and what's undervalued in some of those top collections. That I think is a zigging when other people are zagging situation. I'm absolutely, dude. Like Colony, I think I can get a Colony now. You know what I mean? Which is like the original. So I do think there's some alpha in that, which is just like maybe looking at Say right now when the attention's everywhere else might be a smart move.
Look, I said this on Say What. I still believe it. To this day, I am so gung ho Say, but I think from just a returns perspective, I think base is a great play right now. And I mean, personal anecdote, like even right now, like these are some, like you can see over here on the top right, the top performers in portfolio. This is returned by percentage gain over the last 24 hours. Arrow, which I brought up multiple times, sitting
Toshi
at 55 cents. Toshi is sitting up there 18 now.
Oh, look at that.
Token. These are all up 40 to 80%. Yeah, I'm not.
Dude, meme coins are going crazy right now. Pepe's flying. Somebody was saying bonk. Who else? Somebody was also saying bonk over here in the comments. Yeah, man. First, like this is to me very, very exciting, and it might all be tied to the fact that Doge and like Sheeb are running, and obviously like Pepe's starting to Turbo start picking up, but the fact that like we haven't even hit all-time highs on Bitcoin and ETH, and meme coins and like alt and shit coins are really fucking picking up. That's crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of energy around that shit right now.
Super cycle coming. Like this is not. I think this is not what we saw last time around. I think this feels different.
There's that word again, Huda.
Well,
you don't like it?
I would say different.
Different. Yeah, he doesn't like the different.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
See, but I kind of agree with Huda. It does feel different, but in the form of stuff is happening real quick, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if like I want to see. I'm interested in seeing how crazy it gets, because we've drawn up a lot of liquidity in the past few days, and it's not just VCs now. Like now we're seeing. The relatives come out and say, should I be getting back on Coinbase and shit? And it's like
retail's coming back. It's waking up.
Yeah, retail is coming back.
Slowly.
It's happening, but it's happening earlier than I expected, though.
I think it's slower than I expected, but
I actually saw a conversation happening. I think like a lot of what they talk about on Lucky Trader, I think they're a great morning space when it comes to that stuff, and they were talking about how like we've already seen the NFT run up once. And so like this is already kind of in the back of people's minds that this can happen, that apes can get to 500K, that all of this. So now it's just kind of on steroids with these moves and how quick it happens. Because that run up to 100 or 150 ETH took a year, maybe.
Right. And again, there's more infrastructure, there's more NFT fi, there's more lending, there's more leverage, there's all these different tools that didn't exist. We've been talking about this and watching this. Again, so much of it's been kind of theoretical that like, well, if a bull market happens again, when it happens again, you've got more gasoline to pour on that fire. But I like that point too, is that I think so many people said, oh, that was a crazy moment, it'll never fucking happen again. And I think a lot of those people are now realizing like that shit could happen again.
We're definitely not 1 year into the bull run.
No,
Super Arsenal
no,
saying
not at all.
we're a year plus. I think that maybe the bull run terminology is thrown around a pretty wide brush there, but yeah, I don't think we're a year plus in. Go ahead, DP.
Not at all. We haven't even hit all-time high yet. Like we're just not even getting
and the
close
halving.
to kind of scratching the surface. Like, no, we definitely haven't. It's for over a year. No. I beg to differ. Even metrics might show differently, but I beg to differ. Especially it's almost been a ghost town for the past year. And now, we're finally starting to see retail and other people start to show attention back to the market. So,
March through, I mean, we're on March 1st, but like even February. So, if like February through even like beginning of fall was definitely, I think, like what you're saying, DP. It wasn't like the 2018 ghost town, but it wasn't as exciting as what we're seeing right now. All right, real quick. Huda, I do have this update from CryptoSlam. Before I get there, again, we are not financial advisors. Please do not take what we do here and say here on NFT Live with any type of financial advice attached to it. Again, we're not financial advisors. DYOR. Real quick, Dog with Hat is one of the better performers that we've seen. I'm not into this meme coin, but it's definitely a top performer over there on Sol and probably just of this like early cycle. At least how I'm thinking of it. And then also, again, like I will say these base tokens, I'm going to spend more and more time on base. Again, I'm spending a majority of my time on Say, and I do think it is that lull period. The only other thing I will say to this, Blast is going to test the theory of zigging while other people are zagging, because everyone is zigging into Blast. And whether that still means that there's a lot of gains to be had, I think that's what people are talking about with this PvP environment that is going to play out. But Huda, thoughts?
Okay, first I have to mention Dog with Hat. I have a buddy. This always hurts me to see, and he tweeted about it, I think this morning or it was last night, but the bag he sold too early. It's one of these stories, right? You had a bag that if you held it, what it's worth today.
How many of these stories are going to happen this year?
So many. His bag right now, though, if he held till now, would be worth almost $7 million.
Yikes.
So, like, those are the things that
pour
suck.
one out.
We all have.
I think I saw this tweet, and tell me it wasn't the one where he took profit at $800.
Yes, it is. Yeah, 609.soul, I think, is the name. He's a buddy from CryptoSlam, but yes, that is the one. Sucks,
guys,
dude. I mean, we all have
gains.
those.
Gains.
I don't have one like that.
Not that one.
It's better than losing. It's better than losing, y'all.
It's not actually to make $800. That no.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose.
I would
there.
rather have lost the whole bag. Yeah.
It's a bummer.
$800 can help pay your rent or buy you groceries for a couple months. I'm just saying.
Or you could pay for your great grandson's rent with $8 million.
Yep.
You think about it,
man.
So, yeah, tough.
But the zigging while people are zagging and what's going on at Blast, I don't know, man. I'm so fascinated by this. I think Blast is going to be such a leech to what happens on Ethereum and maybe other ecosystems like Solana. I don't think it affects Bitcoin one bit. I think Bitcoin is its own ecosystem, its own monster. I know that a lot of people that trade there don't trade anywhere else. They're just in Bitcoin trading BRC20s and Ordinals, so that they've got something different over there. But yeah, I think Blast is just very interesting, and I don't even really have an opinion on it till I see how it starts playing out. But I do
go
think
look at Blast Pepe. Pull up the Blast Pepe chart.
Is that a meme coin over there?
So before we get into Blast here, I did want to bring up this other update. So I'm going to put Huda on the spot one more time, but there was some local news here. So CryptoSlam saying this NFT space is feeling electric, isn't it?
Yeehaw.
Well, we're going to give it another spark. CryptoSlam will be launching our first ever NFT collection. We have chosen Solana to be its home. Huda, take it away, sir. Congratulations on this, by the way. I'm sure there's a lot of work behind this.
There's been a ton of work, and like I also had made this little tweet like this feels so good because like CryptoSlam's felt like in not just felt like, it has been like a very Web 1 type company, right? We deal in Web 3 data, but it's data that we put on a website. And man, I just like, I'm a degen, I'm an enjoyer here, and I love this space so much. And I'd always dreamed that we go Web3, like full Web3, and it's happening. I can tell you this, that us putting out our NFT, which is exciting all on its own, that's a dream, but it's just a piece of the puzzle, right? We have a whole lot of things that are coming that really, when I say we're going Web3, we're going Web3. So there's a lot of components to this, a lot of announcements coming, a lot of partnerships. Like we had yesterday, the CyberKongs announced their partnership, which is getting into our whitelist. We're calling it a preseason event. This big multi-chain event, because that's what we are, and that's what we've believed in from the start, is that this is a multi-chain future. That's what we're working in. That's what we're all playing in. So the CyberKongs are partners, and we've got the Fracture on Solana, and we've got some of the big boys over on ETH also partners, and on Avalanche. Very, very exciting stuff coming up, guys. So excited to share more with you. You're going to hear more about it next week, and not just related to the NFT, but other things. And then probably, I would say about 3 weeks out is where you start hearing some meteor updates and some good shit, guys.
From the NFT side, Huda, is this, you're thinking like more retail focus, like larger collection NFT, or are you thinking like, is this going to be a PF? Like, I don't want to get in front of this stuff. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. I don't mind saying that. It's going to be big. It's going to be like a at least what we're doing here in this like kind of preseason phase, like 40,000 or so. It's a lot. And I would say I think there's going to be a lot more than that. Yeah, maybe you could almost think of it as a utility kind of token. So I'll just say that. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate it.
A PFP would be cool one day, actually. I would love that. But there, if it ever makes sense, you got to find the right time and place for those things.
All right, last point. I don't know how much deep you can get into this either, but we have been telling you at home to be doing the CryptoSlam Zeely quests. There are some tie-ins here, so I don't know how much you can say again, but you guys should be doing that before this announcement.
The Zeely quest is related.
Number 20 on the all-time leaderboard, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what, we take snapshots at each sprint we do, so you can technically, as high as you get, you can win multiple times over. So I can't say exactly what that's for right now, but it's worth doing, especially, it's worth doing. And I will be announcing details on what specifically that is.
All right. Appreciate it, sir.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you bringing it up.
Okay, I'm going to jump into a couple different charts here. So just kind of looking at the top performers here over the last 24 hours, Pepe, Dog with Hat. So meme coin season, it seems to be. This can change at a moment's notice. So we kind of gave our kind of early market thoughts here as we sit here at the beginning of March. We've talked at length this week about how long we think this bull market will go. I just bringing this anecdote, talked with Mike last night. He gave that 12 to 14 month timeline. I think a lot of everybody up here was saying about 12 months. So maybe early 2025. So yeah, start of this run has been fun. Any just general takes on where we sit? I know Ordinals, and it feels like Ordinals and meme coins. That's
and from this chart, it looks like meme coin. Well, you say Ordinals, meme coins, and AI coins, because a lot of those coins are also AI. Like the Graph, I know they're focusing on AI. Our Weave. It was a few others up there. I saw Fetch AI was up there. So yeah, it seems like AI is the thing if you're looking for a sector to play in.
AI, and the other sector that's probably going to be picking up that I saw Altcoin Daily starting to cover a lot is DPIN, which is something that we talked about very briefly like a couple months ago, but like we really haven't talked about much, and it's sort of a developing narrative. But it's basically around like physical infrastructure. Yeah, physical infrastructure, right? So the things that you interact with out in the world, how do we create smarter cities? Civil engineering. How do you update civil engineering using Web3 technology? How do you use decentralized governance in cities and all these different types of things? How do you incentivize people to take their civil duties more seriously? Like it's just like there's a lot of different ways that Web3 tech can influence our behaviors and the way that we interact with the world and governments and cities and development, urban planning, all these different things, right? So this is like a very, very early new sector that I think is going to be following on the heels of the AI narrative.
Yeah, and then also a lot of it deals with hardware too when it comes to like miners and stuff like that. One project that I love that's addressing DPN, they've been around for a while, is a Pocket Network. And I actually, disclaimer, I am a node owner of a Pocket. I bought this shit probably like 3 years ago. But yeah, they've been around for a while, and it's a lot that they're doing in that space. So.
All right, Super Arsenal's asking, what's a CryptoSlam Zeely quest? I'll drop that link there in the chat for you guys to take a look at and set up your account and start farming those. Again, they take kind of those separate snapshots. So even if you're like just starting, you could be a top performer in that next snapshot period. Folk, you saying who else 10x then insta-rugged on Blast yesterday? We're about to get into Blast, so we'll touch on that here in just a moment. Squashman saying, I definitely disagree on a 1+ year bull run. If we are in the bull, it wouldn't have been doom and gloom sentiment wise for the past year. Really only been shaping up in the past few months. But also Arsenal talking about BTC already 4xing. So I guess that's
from where though? Because at its lowest, I think it took like 18,000.
Yeah, it got down to like 15. It was down like 80%. So again, like a 4x from there is not even back to where. Well, yeah.
I think using the 2021 cycle too with Ethereum, it's like ETH got down to like $80. I think so. Like even a 4x from that was not even close to where the all-time high was. Whenever we blew off the top.
Also, Swerve is doing some speckling here that the CryptoSlam PFP is going to be 100,000 unique mullets, which I could see. I could see that.
Awesome.
Real quick, we're sharing a bunch of alfalfa, so definitely drop it in chat if you can. Here's another base token that I wanted to highlight. This, I think it was BK. BK has been an absolutely fantastic MVP in that group chat here. He dropped Brett token, and I mean, you're talking 3 or 4x. You got to be paying attention to Telegram, man. He dropped it right when it launched, and we got a 4x here on base. But like I could not be saying this any clearer. Everything on base is mooning. Like that I don't again. There's different other features to this, but even like the smaller DeFi plays, I took a bet on are mooning at this current time.
And we called this too. We called this too. We've been talking about this for months, saying that this is going to be one of the big plays. So
I'm so underexposed to everything except Ordinals. I'm okay there, but like everything else, like just watching everybody and like happy for everybody.
You might. I mean, you're probably going to do fine sitting in Ordinals. So
definitely. And it's here's the best part. Again, it's so early in the cycle. It's not too late for any of it. This literally is the start.
Yep.
100%. I do. What's up?
Oh, just something kind of cool. It looks like, so I'm in a server, a Bitcoin collection called the Ordinal Miners. These guys made news, I want to say like maybe a month or two ago, because they're giving away a bunch of node monkeys, right? Tiny ass collection. Shit. There's only like 75 holders. So they just kicked off a raffle. It ends in 40 minutes. I want to win one live on the air. That'd be fucking amazing.
That would be fucking sick. That's what, 0.6 Bitcoin or some shit floor right now?
I've won a lot from this collection too. I got a whitelist to, actually, I missed the Quantum Cats whitelist, but there was only 3 entries in it. It like, this is a tiny, tiny little collection.
Dude, congrats to all the fam. We've had some friends like you, Huda, Cam Taylor, even Marty McFly, a couple people who have been talking. Yeah, they're in the like send nodes crew who got in early on that. That's huge. Man, they shot past a half a Bitcoin floor. They're at like 0.6. And it definitely, again, you've been talking about this, and I'm definitely like, I was a little bit skeptical that we'd see like multiple Bitcoin floors on some of these, but I'm starting to believe.
You a believer now?
Well, I think it's definitely believable that there will be a couple collections where you're seeing like 3, 4, 5 Bitcoin floors at the peak.
I think you guys are in both of them, by the way. Like, I do think puppets and nodes are going to be the ones that, that really.
I delisted my remaining puppet because I'm thinking that's at least going to get close to a 1 Bitcoin floor.
It will. Again, that peak time, I think puppets will be there. I think there'll be 1 or 2. Like I'm so damn sure that nodes are going to be like 3, and I think Quantum Cats will be 1+. I actually think they also have good potential. So, but that's them. Yeah, I'm not in those other collections though. Quantum Cat's like my premium guy, and I love it.
Cam Taylor saying, did you listen when I told you to send nodes?
He listened,
So we were getting,
heard.
yeah, we were getting the nodes comments pretty early here.
They were just too expensive for me already when I started paying attention to them, which is why I caught the pups.
Yep. That's the Mad Lads piece though, right? Like I always go back to Mad Lads. If you caught right before the run, like you would have said, "Oh, Mad Lads are too expensive," but they felt like the top performer when Solana started to blow up. Like they really did like really catch a wave there. A couple other pieces that I've got, we can kind of hop around here. This is more related to the Blast discussion, but I just saw it across my timeline. Blast saw $1.6 billion in outflows. So this was that unlock we were just talking about. 1.6 bill left mainnet once the withdrawal feature went live. TVL currently stands at 650 million. This is big news. Like I did not expect this at all.
I'm not laughing at it, but it's just, I mean, I'm not surprised, man. People, we're still in the let me pump my bags and get out phase of the market.
Yeah, I mean,
we thought there was a ton of like predictions that the money would stay.
I think,
well, people say that to convince other people that they'll stay, and then secretly it's like, as soon as this shit pumps, I'm getting up out of here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a little bit high. Like, I'm not surprised that there's some percentage. We knew some would leave. Obviously, it was just how much would stay. So it's a little bit higher than I thought would leave that quickly. I'm sure some. I'm sure. Yeah. So again, I could have seen like maybe half. Up to half would have made sense to me. So it's definitely higher than I would have thought initially. But even still, having over $500 million at your launch is not bad. Let's say that. But maybe there just wasn't, again, enough stuff ready right out of the gate. And also because there's so many other shiny objects, a lot of those people are probably just saying like, yeah, it's mercenary capital. Where's the next thing for me to go and start farming my points? Like I don't see what it is that I'm farming here right now. I feel like I farmed. Now let me go farm somewhere else for a little bit. So I don't know. That's mercenary,
Squash saying I'm mad because I was running around before the Node Monkeys mint posting send nodes or nodes with no comments, faded it once they came out with the mint details. Another fade gone wrong. It's we're gonna have a lot of discussions that feel like the same conversation, but like in this environment, it's tough to kind of like fade something that if like three of your homies are telling you about it. It's gonna even one like you might want to look into it a little bit more. So it's just that environment right now that you don't. It's rather take the bet, right? Gift, turn down your mic just a little because I'm hearing you breathe. Yeah, you might want to just like take it, right? Like Crypto Lander, a friend of the channel for a very long time, an OG lad. He was telling me about cyberkongs, and it's like. When it ran up from like whatever it started at to like what 100 ETH, 200 ETH, all that stuff, like it's just better to sometimes take the flyer. This is not financial advice, of course, but that's where we're at in the market.
Yep. You know what's crazy?
You don't understand it, and it seems stupid. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
You got more, DP?
No, I don't have more.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just want to say like crazy, and it's kind of apples to oranges, but Genesis Kong's floor price like is not far off from flipping the board apes again. Again, 1K versus 10K, very different. But at one point, the Genesis Kongs were the most expensive PFP in all of NFTs. So it's crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy run they had. I'm sure they're going to get up to some ridiculous multiple again, just based on experience there. Yep. All right, I'm going to get into a couple other things. This was a quick I thought I had it up. Damn it. I hate when I click around and I lose it. Magic Eden had a pretty big announcement here that they are moving to 0%, just for a little while, 0% marketplace fees. So here's the announcement here, 0% marketplace fees on Ethereum, limited time. We've received amazing feedback and are grinding to improve our experience. We're also extending our diamond bonus collections past the original 48 hours. Let's run it. Let's see.
They also announced historical ETH rewards, which
I
I
know.
don't think that we covered that yet, which is again why this is why Magic Eden's winning, man. They are so nimble and fast and responsive and moving so quick to engage the community, provide value for the community, test different things, aggregate. They have this whole creator alliance that they're now building out. Like, they are moving so fast. This is why they're winning. But yeah, the fact that they're going to do a historical airdrop of their diamond rewards for Ethereum wallets is fucking amazing. I cannot wait to see what my ETH wallets get me. We don't even know what diamonds are worth, but
yeah,
still,
I mean,
I'm
dude,
excited.
you can't fade something.
There is that
this
secondary
large.
market.
Go ahead.
There's a secondary market for diamonds already, so you can kind of go and kind of price it out, loosely. But yeah, it is interesting, man. Juicy.
You almost like, well, at least there won't be any predictions, right? Like right away, once you get your points, you'll know exactly what they're worth because of what Huda just talked about. But like something this large, again, was something like Portal Coin that just launched. Like you almost want to fade it, but then it's like all of these seem to do well. I don't know what larger
I got fucked
kind
on
of
Portal.
What happened.
I guess I didn't connect my wallet when they added that to the platform for the shards, so I got a bunch of shards that are worthless, I guess.
Damn.
So yeah, there you go. There's another.
You might want to look into that.
More Jenny wealth faded.
You might want to look into that. There might be an opportunity to like work with a team or work with some type of OTC. I don't know. So there might be an opportunity.
Yeah, but I think March 13th is when the Ethereum diamonds drop, so it's happening soon.
All right, we're on NFT Live, folks. We're going to be going for another 30 minutes. Huda is likely going to be tied up in some Discord stuff at the top of the hour. You right? That's when the announcement goes.
Oh, you'll see it live. Either my face just doesn't change, or I.
Wait, can we like have a screen share? Like, I want to be here for the winners being chosen.
Yeah, that'll feel so bad if I miss, though. I'm going to be in my
true.
feels for a minute there. But yeah, let's do it.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
I'm down.
Nah, I got a feeling he's gonna win though.
Let's go. Knock on some wood there. All right, we did have one story from the Say ecosystem. I think Say is really a great example of, to me, it's like in that base mode of December, maybe a little bit of November, of getting used to it, staking your flag somewhere, and then in 2 months it's absolutely gonna fucking rocket. I think Say is in that timeline right now. This was one of the more hyped mints. We talked about it a bunch on Say What this morning. Slurp was coming in with a 60 Say floor, like kind of mint price for public, and a 6,000 supply. They were definitely hyped up. Like on X, it felt like, holy shit, this is gonna be good. Like it was hyped up by the right, I quote unquote right folks, like bigger profiles. Some of the more native, I think, influencers or Coles, whatever you want to call them, on Say, were kind of pushing back a little bit against Slurp, but it was definitely super hyped. And DP, I don't know if you want me to do it or you want to kind of run through it. What went happen this morning with Slurpverse?
Well, play by play, the OG mint launched. I think it was probably maybe only a couple hundred that were minted out of 6,000. Well, do you remember like around the exact number? 150 out of 6,000, which is very bearish for any of the Say projects that have been launching lately, because usually, depending on however much is allocated during OG mint is however much is minted on around hype projects. Whitelist opened up, still nothing. And public opened up, and suddenly, they took the price to zero, and the thing started minting like it was nobody's business. Like the shit was going out of style. I had to hurry up. Well, first of all, shout out to Base Buddha.
Yeah.
Shout out to Base Buddha. He was the one that kind of brought it to our attention that, they pretty much started giving it away for free. I had to hurry up and do the mad dash to my keyboard and open my wallet up so I could go ahead and grab one.
Yeah, Base Buddha came in and basically said they switched it. They basically flipped the switch and they moved it to free mint. So yeah, dude, that is one of the worst mints I've seen on Say. Like, to be as potentially hyped up as Slurpverse was, and then doing 150 out of 6,000 is wild. Some of that is timing. If they launched this maybe 3 weeks ago, even they could have easily minted out maybe. and
You
so
know,
it's a
I
different market. So
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall where the team was to kind of see the reactions, because it seemed like they just panicked at the last second. It was just like, fuck it, just
well, you
give
got
it
to.
away
What
for
do you
free.
what do you do at that point? You just like you either distribute more of the NFTs to the people that already minted, but there's only 150 of them. Like
there's only so many levers that you can pull when you're in that position, and if you don't figure something out quickly, then the entire opportunity's a wash, right? So they probably did the right thing, honestly. If they want it to be anything at all, it'll be interesting to see what it turns into from here. I'm just kind of curious about who's vetting this project and what this team is in the first place, because like just looking at what you've shown me, like I wasn't familiar with it other than what I heard in Say What and then what I just saw. But like, I'm not impressed by what I'm seeing or what I'm hearing. So I'm just curious,
I think
where
there's
was the vetting on this and why was
Yeah.
this so hype in the first place? Like somebody was even saying
there's a
that
little
they,
bit of
that they
2020
thought
vision there.
Arts Abide was saying that he thought that the X profile was bought too.
Yeah, but I didn't
it's-
hear
it's-
Arts Abide talking about this yesterday or 2 days ago. Like, there's a little bit of 2020 vision where you can sit here and say, like, oh, like what about this vetting of this project? It's like, well, yeah, they minted out 150, and now you can tear it to shreds. So that's what I want to push back against. I will say, like, they played the Twitter engagement game to a T, but that doesn't lead to organic engagement. Like all of their posts were fucking like very, very like hyped up and engaged with, and then apparently there's nothing behind it, no substance.
Hey, question?
Yeah.
About Say stuff, because I've been so unplugged. But did you guys know? Are you in Nut Market yet? And did you know that that's going multi-chain?
I did not. I heard Beanie shilling about Nut Market, but we heard a little bit this morning.
Well,
Yeah.
Stu from Outlines said that and Say What. That was the first time that I heard it this morning. So that's part of what Beanie's been building, right? So that's Beanie's baby. Nut Market's going to be an NFT platform that's, I guess, going to be really competing with Magic Eden, because there's not that many other NFT markets that are truly multi-chain at this point.
Is it going to be basically like a hybrid Magic Eden Blur? Like a Blur, but cross-chain?
I don't know that much about it.
'Cause he's very anti-royalties. Like he's very strong, you know. So it's kind of how I picture him building it out. We should try to get him on this show, by the way, or on the Say What show.
Beanie.
I bet he joins.
Beanie?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah.
I've never met the guy. It's been all over the place. I do like I was with you, Huda, when we started talking about Beanie, maybe like, you know, kind of coming back in and giving his takes, especially around Say. Like, I liked his takes on the broader market and stuff like that, but he does have a checkered past with Pixel Vault and them.
Definitely. Well, I'll say checkered. Pixel Vault has a checkered
That's fair
story
now.
themselves at this point. Man,
Very fair.
we don't need to go down that rabbit hole, though.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not.
By the way, is Quantum Variant here?
I don't.
I haven't seen him.
I'm itching to hear from somebody who did the other side, you know, the Apes Come Home thing. because
Squashman did it. Squash did it.
ya?
Yeah.
Squashman, what'd you think, man? Because I both think it looks beautiful in the shots I saw, and then again I saw a lot of stuff that looks janky, but I actually understand that janky is part of that M squared like environment, like the way these characters move and how they jump and stuff. That's not a Yuga Labs, you know, kind of building out the game that way thing. That is how it comes out of the box. So glad to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, before we jump into that, we do have a post from Baron here. This is awesome. Like, Bored Apes, since about 2 months ago, have made that full switch. And they are on the comms. They are on the vibes. They were just like, they're actually getting W's. And this is definitely one of them. Baron Von Hustle has been grinding his ass off in that ecosystem, in the other side, all this stuff. He's a great community member. He posted, I'm absolutely ecstatic to share with you all that I've officially joined Bored Ape Yacht Club as the BAYC social and community lead. He's going to guide BAYC socials. We'll have weekly Bored Ape spaces. We'll have deeper discussions with the core BAYC team in Discord. There's nothing to say other than this is a massive W for Baron and for Bored Ape Yacht Club at this point. So, yeah, big shout out.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, congrats. Definitely deserved. Well, super well deserved. Trader Blue saying he did it too.
Now, I was just gonna say, Nick Swerve is saying we're wild for bringing up Beanie. Hey, Nick, do you want to see us make it out of content struggle or what, man? We're trying to make it out. trying to make it out the hood here, man. You know, it's good. It's good for content.
That's true.
True.
That's part of what Stu from Outlines was saying. He was like, yeah, I think we got some new friends and followers, you know, because we brought them on the show, which is solid for them.
Content creators that are actually doing it the right way, like we're not supposed to make it. What are we talking about? We're supposed to work for free.
We gotta sell our souls already. We should just package all of our souls into one bundle.
We should appreciate.
We
should appreciate the exposure. Okay, that's a gift.
Exposure bucks.
We should appreciate it, right? The amount of teams. I'm not even gonna get into it. All right.
We didn't really dig into Blast that far. Are we gonna talk more about Blast?
We are.
Okay.
We are.
I was just curious.
Here's the Apes Come Home piece. So I'm basically just gonna go down the list here for Apes Come Home. There was a other side, obviously like open kind of exploration, if you want to call it that, an event at 3 separate times. There was an Asia, Europe, and North America event that was happening throughout the day yesterday. And I know some apes were like, shit, it already happened, but they hadn't realized that it was, there was an NA event as well. I'll go through some of these photos and some of these takes, but yeah, Huda, I'm interested in what you saw across the timeline, kind of dive into what you were talking about there with like whether that looked lean positive or negative.
I don't want to say it's a good representation of everyone out there. There's just some that stood out because the algorithm picked them up, but those ones in particular were not positive.
Wow.
But I did my due diligence. Like I looked through the screenshots and like the video, like they had a lot of, kind of footage showing what their gripes were. And like, while they're not wrong, it's like I said before, it's just, that's what that environment is right now. This is not that they built something subpar. It's like again, the movement and stuff. That's just how that stuff works right now. I hope they can build it out better and make it a little more like just smoother. But I don't know. Every time I've gone in one of those M² instances, they move the same way. So that's not on Yuga Labs. I guess I may be surprised that this is not built out further in 2 years now. That it's still like, you can go to the clubhouse. You can kind of wander around a couple like fetch questy kind of things, I think. And then that's it. That was my bigger takeaway is that I didn't see much there. Oh, no, I think the biggest negative is there was no voice chat, which was the most impressive part of those other events, how you could have thousands of people all talking and it was clear. You could hear each other.
I think from a technical perspective, that was like probably the hardest thing to pull off. But from a user perspective or gamer perspective, Huda, it was more the team taking us through the storyline, almost playing like a World of Warcraft instance. Like the audio was cool. I muted the audio. Like it was actually a negative experience for me because it's literally 50 people in your general vicinity. Yeah. So for me, it was like that a year ago trip, 2 years ago trip. I agree with you. Like, holy shit. A year ago, we were like battling a coda as like 8,000 of us were in there. And now there's like a beta test for 50, 100 people to jump in there. It's definitely more open world now. I'll give them that. But I agree with your sentiment. I wish it was a little farther along, but
yeah, I mean, so you were there. That just clicked right now as you're talking that you were actually at it. Was the clubhouse cool? Did you like seeing that part?
I was not there. So
we did the other trip. We did the other trips. So like I didn't do this one either. I was out doing my real life stuff too. But I've done the other ones, so I've experienced what that chat was like. The last one was pretty cool, but yeah, it was quite a while ago,
So this is way more built out here. Like as far as traveling everywhere, I will say like there was a very confined area that you were confined to in the other game. So
yeah, I mean it looks like it could possibly have potential. I still would like to see more, but I mean, I guess it's decent for the time.
That right there is where I see the most potential.
What's that?
It's the clubhouse. Like I like, so when I work with Crypto Bats, we do like community events. We do little hangouts on Cyber. We've got our own environment and we set up little scavenger hunts and we just hang and we eat pizza and chit chat and stuff. And like, it's super, super fun. Like that to me is where the magic happens, is in that gathering in the clubhouse, less about that whole environment. Although it's going to be cool when everybody has their own little plot and they have their own house and you got a house party at this guy's place and then next week at this guy's. But yeah, to me, the magic is in those confined spaces together.
Yeah. So last thoughts here. I think Dookie Dash in the direct, like, kind of vicinity here in Q2 and Q3, like, is going to be more important. Like the success of that has more to do with Yuga Labs Gaming than other side right now, based on what we're seeing here. So if that's super successful, I think that we can continue kind of saying, hey, we're stacking W's. The other piece we already touched on earlier was, is it going to be an MMO at some point? Like, is there going to be this idea of like, I'm going from level 1 to level 60 and there's a story here, or is it just going to be sandbox? You know, is it just going to be, is it going to be Nifty Island essentially? So that's my question.
It was interesting seeing that Bankless tweet, like a thread, right? And comparing it to Nifty Island and really praising. I think it felt like he was praising Nifty Island, right? It almost felt a little promo-y.
I think they paid. They paid for that. That's
I don't know if they paid. Is that a paid partnership?
If Bankless is promoting your product, there's money. They charge crazy money. It's like 10, like, I don't know if it's like 100K, but like, just know that Bankless to talk about your product charges crazy money.
DP. With that being said, Vitalik needs to be our next guest.
DP, I'm gonna let you have an unfiltered take here. This is teed up for you, sir. Aaron Sage from Slurpverse coming out in defense of his project here, almost on the attack. To see growth on a chain, you need to promote things that will bring in volume and demand. What happened with Slurpverse today was a full-out attack by a group of gatekeepers and hall monitors.
Man, listen, man. Listen, fuck all of that. See, because you gave it away, you were the one that set the price to free. If you felt that way, why did you turn it into a free mint? You get what I'm saying? You should have stood. You should have stood your ground. You should have stood with what you originally intended to go with, and said, fuck it. The thing is, listen, this isn't anything new. The people have been putting out threads about Aaron and his previous project for over a week now. Almost over 2 weeks. He's had plenty of time to respond to this. But what he thought was that, I guess he felt like his name was big enough to where it wouldn't fucking matter because, I'm Aaron and I don't care what these guys over in the Say Network were talking about. Their following isn't as big as mine, so nobody's paying attention. And he found out the hard way that no, we actually have a very tight-knit community over at Say. And if it's not getting the green light from a lot of people who, whose opinion we value as a community, is not going. So I don't necessarily like that, especially after you capitulated and gave it away for free. Like, nah,
dude. I have worked on multiple projects that have never gotten, I think, the love that they deserve, that were actually truly like hand built, spent anywhere from 4 to 5 months all the way up to like 8 months in development. Like, I have worked so fucking hard on projects that did not get the reception and like the glory that I thought that they deserved. And I've never once even thought in my mind that I should go out there and publicly blame the community. Like, dude, the entitlement that you have to think that you just deserve to show up and that people should accept whatever the fuck you do is so crazy to me. Like, that's a wild fucking move.
Yeah, this is a case study in real time of like the emotions behind being a founder during a mint. Like, this is basically he's writing in his diary.
Yeah,
but here's the next question, and I can't remember if it was Base Buddha or who it was on stage earlier, saying, "Where the fuck have you been when it comes to the spaces? Like, we haven't heard from you. I don't even know what you sound like."
Exactly.
There's spaces every morning. You could have been reaching out to the community. Go ahead.
The entitlement is crazy because everything that you're saying is true, man. I had no idea who these guys are. Everything I've seen has been unimpressive to me. I have not heard one person explain to me why this is like a truly astoundingly innovative, interesting, have project that like the community definitely needs, that the world needs. Do you know how many NFT projects just have no real reason to exist other than the founders had a dumb idea and wanted to try and sell it to people to get money? Like, there's no reason for so many of these projects to exist. And I'm talking like 90% plus of NFT projects are like, they don't really matter. There was no reason that they should exist. And so to just expect when like, I still don't even know what it is that you think that you have that is so unique and interesting that commands people giving you almost $500,000 out of the gate. Like, to come out at people with that type of statement and attitude when it just doesn't go the way that you'd hoped, and it was clearly a flawed strategy at a bad time. Like, bro, get a grip. Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, there's a little bit here around what you guys are talking about, which is, okay, there's a 60 say, so only $50. It's not crazy. We saw crazier mints happening on ETH for much like around the same kind of product release and all that stuff. The timing of this release within that kind of context is not good. You know, there's not a ton of mints that are selling out and all that stuff, but Slurpverse was single-handedly forced to become a free mint because of these people's community and drama it caused. I don't know about that. That seems like you're kind of putting the responsibility onto these people when your project kind of should have stood on its own a little bit. Yeah, apparently it's calling out the Say Cabal, but I don't want to turn this into TMZ either. This is just this is wild.
Nah, it's not. But the final takeaway for me is, well, you know, if you felt that way, you should have brought your ass to the safe spaces, because the community is very accessible. You know what I mean? You could have come over there a long time ago and talked to us about your project, what you were launching. You could have stamped out the FUD yourself. Like, I don't want to hear that, bro. And we don't know you. It'll be different if it's like, yo, I've been fucking with you. I've been supporting you all this time. You know, I've been chopping it up with the community. I've been letting you all know what I have coming. I've been letting you all know why I like Say and why I like the ecosystem and yada yada yada. You haven't done any of that, so don't come out firing now.
Yeah, there's nothing about this project that I find remotely interesting. And the thing, like, Slurpverse, like, it's a metaverse. Like, we need another fucking metaverse plan. Like, dude,
who knows? It's just a name.
Whatever, man. To show up to a new ecosystem, like, with your hand out, expecting that you need something just because you spent some time work, dude. Again, spending weeks or like a month or two is fucking nothing, bro. Sorry. Like, it's not. To try and build a legitimate product and get people excited. Like, your marketing campaign to launch a project of that scale in a new ecosystem should be that long in of itself, not just the build of the product. And to think that asking $50 on a supply of 6,000 at this point in an emerging ecosystem that doesn't have that much liquidity or people in it in the first place, like, bro, you're fucking tone deaf. You don't even know the market. Like, you don't know what it is that you're coming into with your hand out, just expecting people to fucking give you all these accolades, dude. I'm sorry, dude. That entitlement pisses me fucking.
And just one more thing.
And then we gotta do it. We gotta
one last thing. Even the founder of the Grapes project was not too high and mighty or highfalutin to come over and fuck with us and, you know, vibe with the community and let us know what he had coming. And that's a reputable project over on ETH already. So what makes you any better?
I have the only thing I will say to this, guys, is like, I don't want this to get into the mode, and this is why this situation sucks, is it paints a little bit of a picture that Say is like, you need to launch something for free or it needs to be super cheap. Even if that's not the case, when things like this happen, that's what it feels like to people that aren't in the know. So
Cappy's sold out 10K at 135.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's possible.
Solana did it.
Right,
that was 7,500 went to Solana.
I'm just saying it's possible to do this if you actually have a strategy that fucking works.
Yeah.
It's
fair. That's fair.
And you know, we've been on the, you know, let's not make Say the free network wave ourselves. But I guess my beef is that you didn't do the work to come over and command the price. And I have no problem with him wanting to charge for his project. The thing is, you have not come over and talked to us. So don't get mad if you sat back and you watch people speculate negatively on the project, you watch people call you out, you watch people flood the project, and you never said anything. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could have easily come over and talked to us. You didn't talk to us, so the results are what the results are. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to move us into quickly some Magic Eden stuff that we didn't cover. This was from Tyler, by the way. Magic Eden is the #1 marketplace in volume on the day by a 2x margin. They saw double Blur's volume with 34 versus 17 and over 5x OpenSea's volume. The massive day on BTC was certainly the primary driver, but what a win. So Magic Eden, we were wondering what it would look like once they threw this out live and kind of threw themselves into the jungle. Well, they're top dog, at least for the last 48 hours. And also, Huda, you're talking about node monkeys here are casually selling for 1 BTC. So over floor, some node monkeys going.
Congratulations to the holders.
Yeah, congrats again on that. But I want to mention something that I think could be very, very consequential. So if you look there, what's really cool is it actually broke down the multi-chain, like the makeup of Magic Eden's volume. So you can see Blur's 100% Ethereum. The majority of Ethereum volume is still on Blur right now. But there's like 2% of Magic Eden's volume that is now Ethereum. Now, why I'm really excited about what's happening and the network effect and the exponential potential of this Magic Eden omni-chain platform developing with rewards, etc., is that you could easily say, okay, if they don't capture a massive amount, like a huge percentage of the Ethereum volume overnight, well, then this whole fucking creator royalty thing is a failure. I think Huda had a pretty dramatic take on like, well, if this doesn't go well, then creator royalties are fucking done, which I'm not saying that's definitely wrong. I feel like that's kind of black and white, and I think it's a little bit more nuanced. But my thinking here of what's really exciting is that they have a cash cow in Bitcoin ordinals and even Solana market, which they command a lot of percentage of Solana trading. So they're not going anywhere. What that means is that they can support this Ethereum initiative for a while to give it legs, let it grow, let it gain more attention. And as Magic Eden grows, more people start using their wallet, getting familiar with them, wanting to use their Ethereum marketplace. I'm just very excited because I think that some of the value that's being generated through the larger market, through these other chains, may now also help support creator royalties on Ethereum. That's a sort of big idea. Who knows? Maybe it's pie in the sky, wishful thinking, but I'm at least excited that, this isn't like a small startup off to the side that is entirely reliant upon Ethereum volume, and that it can take, give it some time. Maybe it takes root. Maybe it grows more organically over time.
Huda, your thoughts on the post that you shared as well as that Magic Eden piece?
Just not surprised. I keep sending this because I do want people who still are skeptical just to see. It's still early. I don't want people to miss, and I'm not telling you to chase a node monkey, but I'm just showing the potential over in that ecosystem. And that's just the first one of those stories that I think we're going to see. There's other collections that'll do similar. Again, I think that we're at the beginning of this cycle. Picture what it does at the peak. Sheesh. And a lot will do exactly this. So I just don't want people to miss.
Yeah, it's almost something that you just have to say one time, like diving in any further. It's very blatant. Like this could be this cycle's ETH NFTs, where you're seeing, and I think ETH NFTs will do extremely well. They've been under the radar and kind of just, I guess, under the microscope of whether they're going to actually do anything this cycle. And I think 100% they will. The top and even some smaller projects on ETH are going to do well this cycle. So. Yep.
And also, I would like to say thank you to Huda too, because as you know, I've always said that the Ordinals community can be a very siloed community where it's kind of hard to figure out like where you should be playing at, what the alpha is, what's going down over there. And Huda, I appreciate you always being willing to share information with the community.
Yeah, dude,
1,000%.
Yeah. All right, let's spend 10 minutes here on Blast. So I'm on Blast profile. They have now started to post about other projects on their main profile. So this went live yesterday. Again, we did show you the link that 1.6 billion had left. A lot of people farming the points that you apparently got 10x on as well. That was one of the things that Pac-Man kind of baked in there. So you got like a 10x bonus or something like that if you kept it on. If you guys have the details there, I completely it's
yeah, they're also factoring in blur, which is great. I've seen some of the other dApps are also adding multipliers or points for whatever blur staking you've been doing, which I have been, so that's really fucking cool. But again, like I don't know that we know where all this is going yet, because they did not launch a coin out of off the jump here. So like, is there going to be a native token for Blast L2?
There will be.
I think there will be.
Yeah, I think Blast tokens will be a thing.
Yeah.
Real quick, you can see Pith Network. That's like a larger protocol. Redstone oracles, but also these DeFi apps are starting to get some shine here as I go up. So Zora offering Blast support as well. Let's see, Juice, Blitz, and then we could head over to Dex Tools. Guys, if you have any potential projects that we can pull up, drop them in the private chat, or if you're in the comment section, drop them as well.
If you just go to Dex Screener, the three that I've played so far, I'll just tell you the three that I've played is Blast Pepe, which is BEPE Bepe, Blast Inu, which is Binu BINU, and then Finger Blast. So those are the three meme coins that I'm currently sitting in, and Blast Pepe started to take off this morning. So yeah, I'm just hoping Finger Blast is going to be one of the bigger ones. It's, kind of tracking sideways right now. But it's definitely a solid meme for the Blast chain, Blast network.
It's just so much happening, bro. Like that shit is almost anxiety inducing. Like it's just a lot, bro. Like they came out of the gate with like the damn floodgates was open when this thing went live. I don't know, man. It's just so much. It's so many places for the liquidity.
Can we look at Blast Pepe?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, DP. Hold on.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying, like it's, I'm pretty much I'm not necessarily venting. I'm just saying that it's just a lot going on, bro. I'm not ashamed of saying I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. Like I'm really just sitting on the sidelines watching.
To me, this is the biggest opportunity of showing, like, again, I said it earlier, zig while everybody else is zagging is usually the case, but literally everybody is zagging right now with Blast. And is there opportunities? It seems like there is, like every other chain, but how long it lasts and how PvP it is interesting to me. But yeah, again, 1.6 billion leaving. That kind of changes my perspective a little bit. It's still going to be super successful and all that, but
I wonder how much.
What was that number? 1.6 billion. What
left?
Left.
Yeah. I think they got up to what? 2.2 billion before.
2.3. Over 2.3 billion before mainnet launched, and then when mainnet launched, about 2/3, or what you said, 3/4.
2/3. Yeah.
About 2/3 initially left. I wonder how much of that went straight to fucking node monkeys and puppets.
So
probably a lot of it.
Where did that number come from? That 2/3 left.
That was reported by CoinDesk.
Yeah.
Okay, they got that wrong. I saw this come. I think it was from OX Quit. That was money moving from the multi-sig to mainnet.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So it's like most of it actually stayed. Yeah, it's funny. Isn't it?
I'll say this though. I do hope that everyone that is playing in the ecosystem, I hope you all do get your multiples and just don't be afraid to take some off the table too.
I appreciate your post reminding everybody that profits aren't profits until you actually sell some shit, right? You got to realize that shit for it to count. So just remember.
Yeah, man, I want to see everybody win.
Fuck up by them.
Dude, yeah, this is one of those examples,
on
like a prime example where all of this data, like just because we have more data does not actually mean that we're smarter, because a lot of times we're just misreading. Like we're overwhelmed by data and making nonsense conclusions out of it. Like that is such a bad read on just, oh, look at all this data, it must mean this. It's like, nah, you just misinformed your entire fucking audience.
In case you said glass feels so cutthroat. Well, it could be a zero-sum game. We just don't. I just don't know. Like I'm kind of fascinated to see what happens. I'm not even on the FUD train right now. I'm just on the I just want to see what goes down training.
World Dom
How
saying
is
I have
this-
a WoW
how
list
is-
for blast runners. I'm not familiar with blast runners.
How is this still not deleted? A lot of delete comments here. Can you correct this, please? Misreport because the guys hadn't accounted for the funds transferred to the new contract. Yeesh. CoinDesk, get your shit together.
Coin just released
So
a
what?
post saying,
I wonder what the actual number is.
It was the intern. We fired the intern.
So blast outflows. Let's see if we can. Get
or
it.
not even that, in an effort to be first to the information, to be first to deliver the alpha, we got something wrong. Our apologies. We misread the outflow of funds, and we're correcting ourselves. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So Robert Hugendorn over at Dap Radar probably has his shit together, right? He's saying the ETH went from multi-sig wallet and bridge to the Blast Layer 2 mainnet. Nothing to do with outflows. Blast has seen 47,000 active wallets using DApps, with ThrusterFi, YOLO Blast, and DYOR swap amongst the most used DApps. Activity will remain high for Blast points farming and for token farming.
So DYOR swap is the one that I've been using so far to play these memes. Yeah, Pac Moon is the other one that I'm definitely going to be looking out for.
So this is likely still there. I haven't seen any numbers other than that. Yeah, Pac Moon we've been looking at. Is there just so drop any links you have here in the private chat and I can get over to the community, but I'm looking more like what is the general play here? What are you generally doing here? Are you looking at NFTs? Are you looking at DeFi products? Are you playing whitelists? I know DP you were saying I'm kind of sticking out of it, which is totally fine, but what would you be doing, Huda or GIF, if you're trying, or DP if you've got something there? Like what should you be doing?
I was just gonna say I'm the reason I'm sitting out is because I kind of want to. I'm in the crowd where I don't mind missing out on the earliest move. I kind of just want to see what develops, and then I'll probably participate then when I see, where everybody's gravitating to.
Dude, honestly, I put a small amount, like 0.4 ETH, nothing crazy over there that I'm just gambling with. And I'm trying to be early on a couple things. I'm going to try and pick up a couple early NFTs that I like, and I'm picking up a couple early meme coins that I like. Other than that, there's no, I'm not I'm not overthinking it. I'm just trying to be early, trying to find a couple things that I think have some potential. And I'm just going to be watching it, and maybe it does well, and maybe it doesn't. Maybe I lose what I put over there, but I should at least get something, because again, I've been farming points, and if they're going to launch a Blast token, then I should get something. So I'm just trying to play in this new casino while it's early, because we all know that friction's a friend of profits. Being early is usually pays off. That's literally as far as my mind has gone with it. So I'm just trying to pay attention and look for the things that look interesting and put a little bit there.
Remember to be using, especially if you start to acquire a certain amount of capital and you have some good wins, remember to use different wallets, different, just all of these different wallet hygiene pieces here. Last piece I'll drop in chat if you guys want to check it out. This is a Google Doc for different Blast opportunities. Now, this was put out prior to mainnet going live, so some of the links might be outdated when it comes to hey, these might be on testnet and things like this. But you can see even the Big Bang result winners are on here. It might be a good look to kind of look at the ones that won the Big Bang, because that's at least some level of vetting that the Blast team took for you. So again, going to Tornado Blast, who won one of the 47 that won, and then going to check it out this way. So I dropped that Google Doc there in chat for you guys. We're going to continue getting into the Blast ecosystem. Is there a NFT marketplace yet?
That's a good question, because I know they're coming to Blur, right?
When marketplace?
There's an NFT marketplace called When that is in test right now, so it hasn't officially launched. That's the one that I think New Blast City's launching on it. Yeah, of course.
My bad. I'm laughing at World Dom.
If you don't get a wallet drained on Blast, you're not trying hard enough. You know what?
Amazing.
You're right about
This
that.
also coming from the Blur team, same team.
Yeah.
Time for something new, April, and then you could see that it says
that's
Blast.
gotta be Blast token, right?
I thought maybe Blur on Blast potentially. That's where my mind went,
okay.
but
Oh, wait, the Blur token on Blast, or you
no, Blur supporting
Place.
Blast on
Yeah.
their marketplace.
I think that's it, because when I was talking to those projects on the Lil Noun show, they just, the way you're going to trade them is just switching your network in your wallet, right? It just makes sense that Blur just integrates it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, no, this WEN something.
Yeah.
One exchange. Okay, that's the one NFT marketplace that I like signed up for to get some points or whatever, and I think New Blast City's on it, which is one of the few NFT projects that I've seen that actually looks kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know when it launches. There's a couple of these different things like Pac-Man too. Like I don't know when it launches yet. I guess they're getting ready to hopefully soon. But
GYOR here. Go ahead, DP.
So let's get Pac-Man over here. Let's get him on the show.
DP's just trying to bring in the heavy hitters. Vitalik.
Yeah, we got to, baby. Listen, we got to do it while these people. I'm gonna jump in his inbox. We have to do it while these people are still accessible and they haven't gotten to Hollywood.
are you saying Vitalik is
accessible?
Accessible?
Well, I've seen them hop up on certain podcasts that people don't really know much about. That's how the Bankless guys got their notoriety.
Win Exchange
seems like such a cool fucker too. Like
he does. He's just thinking about fucking building new shit all the time. It feels like Win Exchange Genesis OG NFT pass sold out in less than 30 seconds. Floor price currently 0.1 ETH on Element Market, and it was a totally free mint.
God damn it.
OG pass, it looks like. Again, do your own research here, folks. I'm experimenting with you guys as well, so don't want to get you fully rugged. We got peanuts on Blast. Okay. All right.
Do you ever mouth the word peanuts? You just mouth it, you don't actually say it? Look at it. Look at him.
Oh.
Because it looks
nice.
like peanuts.
Nice. You never thought of that before.
Got it. Got me on a Friday. That's a Friday activity there. That's it for me. We were looking at several different tokens. I think it's just going to be guarding your time here and making sure that you're connected to the right folks and in the right group chats and all that stuff. But everything's popping off.
Yeah, Dave Ridley was
God.
asking, well, first of all, he's also shouting out YOLO Games as something he's interested in on Blast, but also was asking, like, what the heck Say? Never heard of it. Well, I'm glad that we're the first ones that get to introduce it to you. It's a new L1 that has parallelized EVM coming very soon. It's very fast. It's extremely cheap transactions, and it's got already a pretty robust NFT community that's been building over there. So check out our show on the Web3 Network on X Spaces. Say what in the morning. Come hang out with us there and you'll get all the alpha, some of the biggest teams and the best people building the space coming there every single day. That show's been popping it off. Nifty Q has been doing a great job with that. Even DP hops in on that one sometimes. Gives me a hard time about waking up live in real time, but that's fine.
Yeah, man, you got to give us the same energy, bro. You want to come in and, oh, guys, how you doing this morning?
Look, I'm giving you real, raw, authentic, live.
I don't believe it. Bro.
I mean, you just gotta deal with it. But yeah, if you haven't already, please smash the like. It really does make a big difference, and we appreciate y'all who actually do it. Fucking goats out there engaging, especially y'all in the comments too. Y'all killed it today.
All right, DP, Huda, you guys send us out, and then I'll log off for the week.
DP, have at it, man.
Again, we want to thank you all for coming out. We enjoy bringing you all this alpha. We enjoy coming online, talking shit with everybody. We enjoy all of the comments, good, bad, or indifferent. We enjoy all of the community members, and we love you all. We hope that you all will continue to support us. It would be nice if you all would kind of raid some of these inboxes with me to get some of these guests on to take us to the next level. And I'm looking forward to enjoying the bull run with everybody. And stay safe. Have a blessed weekend. And we will see you all next week.
If you don't get us Vitalik, you're not the true community member. It's just that's Huda, what's up, brother?
Man, shit, I don't know if I got anything other than buckle up for next week when all the builders are back from ETH Denver. Like, right, we just had 2 big, IRL events right in a row, and that usually does hold the market back a bit. Like, historically, that's what it does. So next week could be extra spicy, maybe. So yeah, that'll be cool. I did not win the Node Monkey, but I'm really happy for who did. There was only like 23 entries, so I'm just pumped for those future opportunities. So that's gonna be cool. Otherwise, guys, hope you see Dune this weekend. Hope we all chat about it next weekend or next week. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys.
Gifted.
I mean, I'll just say,
Peace, y'all. We'll be back next week. Stay safe. Our Tribe.